Good morning, girls. Hope everyone is well and safe at home. Girls, last time we have discussed the educational policy and economic policy introduced by the British government. Now, today we will start with the social reforms introduced by the British government. The British government took the following steps to reform the society. The first one is the caste system. There was a caste system in the Indian society, and Hindu society was divided into Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaish and Shudras. They were assigned with different jobs, and Brahman was the highest caste while Shudra was the lowest caste. Now at that very time the Hindus, they were very much conscious about the caste system, and they divided themselves into four castes, that is Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaish and Shudras, and according to their standards, according to their division, they were assigned with different jobs. So Brahmins, they were considered to be the highest caste, and Shudras, they were considered to be at the lowest caste. So British government provided equal opportunities to all through education and other reforms by which caste system was discouraged. It was, you can say, was given no importance at all. Sardari system was shaken, and women education also brought social changes and reforms. So you have to understand it that at that very time there were social reforms, means there was a caste system practiced in the subcontinent with the Hindus, so they divided themselves on the basis of their caste. Brahman was at the top of the list, and Shudras was considered to be the lowest caste. So the British government provided the equal opportunities to all through education, and they discouraged which two things? They discouraged the caste system, they discouraged the Sardari system. The next one was prohibition of sati. Women were looked down upon in the Indian society. In Hinduism, a widow burning herself on the funeral of her husband was known as sati, and it was prohibited in Sikh religion, but it was practiced in some Sikh families. Now what happened that there was no place of women in the Indian society, and in Hinduism there was a burning of the widow with the funeral on the funeral of her husband, and this tradition was named as sati. So it was prohibited in Sikh religion, but it was again practiced in some Sikh families. So what happened? In 1829, Lord William Bentinck had prohibited sati in Bengal and declared it unlawful. It was considered as injustice. The British government allowed the widow to remarry because there was no concept of remarry of the widow at that very time. So the British government allowed the widows to remarry. However, sati continued religiously and culturally in some factions of Hindu society. But if it was if it was prohibited by Lord William Bentinck, by the British government, but still it was continuously practiced religiously and culturally in some factions of Hindu society. The government also prohibited the killing of the newborn babies or burning them alive. Clear? So look into the info column. Hindu took the prohibition of sati in court. An appeal was made in Privy Council of England, which decided to continue the prohibition of sati in 1832. Later on, the law was implemented throughout the India. Clear? Now come to the underage marriage. Underage marriage of girls was a common practice in India, and they were seen to be an economic burden. The parents, they seem it very burdened that how can they took the responsibility of the girls. They have to provide them food, they have to provide them shelter, they have to look into the different expenses. So it was seen to be an economic burden. So underage marriage of girls, it was very common. But the British government made a law under which the age of marriage was fixed at 14 years for girls and 15 years for boys, that not before 14 years of age of 14 years age for the girls and 15 years for the boys, they could not be married. Then there was one more practice, payment of marriage. There was a tradition in India to pay a fixed amount to boys by the parents of girls on the occasion of marriage. Like we can see that nowadays it is practiced in the way of dowry, and at that very time a fixed amount to the boys was paid by the parents of the girls. These practices created unrest, feuds, and other problems in the Indian society, as the parents were worried about their daughters, because the parents who were not financially, economically, socially strong, it became a problem for the parents and they were worried about their daughters. The British government had abolished this cruel and inhumane tradition. This is how the social reforms they were introduced in the Indo-Pak subcontinent during the British rule. Now with this topic we are having a long question at the back, which you can see from the exercise. Let me show you. You can see this question number 5. The British government brought a social changes for the reform of Indian society. This is long question number 5, and from the short question you are having a question. Question number 2. How many castes were there in the Hindu society? Write their names. How many castes were there in the Hindu society? Write their names. We have done, there were 4 main castes in the Hindu society, that is Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaishya and Shudras. Clear? So you will do short question number 2 and long question number 5 from the back. Clear? Thank you girls. Take care. Allah Hafiz.